Approval of the minutes for the town board meeting February 28th. Motion by Nate, second by Steve. Comments, corrections? All in favor? Aye. Over to the floor, public concerns. Anybody in the room here, privilege of the floor, or public concerns? Anybody online? Privilege of the floor for public concerns. Okay, report to standing committee, Public Works.
Yeah, on the water and sewer side of things, down at the plant, we've been talking a lot about digester one, getting it back online. We're still going through kind of step by step to get that back online. Just waiting on some pump parts, and once that gets in, that'll get reinstalled, and hopefully in a couple of weeks, they'll be back online. Then we'll be getting ready to take digester 3 offline to go through the same cleaning process and inspection. The UV system down there, we do have a new rep that sounds like it's been a little more responsive. We're just waiting on some delivery of some replacement bulbs and an HMI for that system. Removing of the excavation spoils down there continues. They have a location they're taking them to, just kind of as weather permits. Now, we had awarded Alcino a project for updating some outdated sludge pump timer controls. They ordered the parts. We're just waiting on the delivery of those. Flow meters, we retrieved most of them, several of them. The rest of them will be removed by next Friday, and we're just kind of waiting for some guidance from the manufacturer of those. I think we touched on it last time. We'll be doing some smoke testing in the Doe Haven area, late April. The mailing letter is complete, and that'll get sent out just to notify neighbors not to be concerned if they see some smoke coming out of the ground. Late April timeframe. We're working on transitioning the billing software. That's ongoing and will be for the next few months. Pump Station 7. That project is going very well. The service line for that, which is pretty much the last thing that we're waiting on, is supposed to go in tomorrow morning. We have a resolution tonight just awarding the bids for the annual water supply parts. Maintenance personnel have been out raising manholes within the district, raising some fire hydrants. And we did have a couple breaks since our last meeting. One was on retention, the other was a homeowner issue over on Wood Drive. And we did have some discussion just on a new piece of equipment that they are looking at the department. We'll be having ongoing discussions about that as more information comes to us. Highway and Parks, a lot of ongoing stuff with always equipment maintenance, picking up limbs from the past couple storms. Still working on the GPS installations in the vehicle, obviously salting and plowing roads. Friday nights, and now finally some weekday plowing for them. They finished installing drainage pipe over at Retention Park for the new playground. He reported the tree brush pile up at the transfer station is gone. That project is done for the year. On the park side, ongoing building maintenance, picnic table benches pretty much complete. Obviously, there's salting plowing as well. Replacing bang boards at the tennis courts. Had to get rid of a couple trees over at Meeting House Park. And then some general tree pruning, and also working on just updating SDS sheets. Farmbrook Park, the roofs have been completed over there on both the pavilion and the bathroom. So the last thing over there for this season is just getting the doors replaced. And there's 2 resolutions tonight on the agenda for highway parks. We can talk about them when they come up.
Thanks, Steve. On operations.
Operations met this morning. We identified 3 easements that we thought were all set for the TAP grant for the sidewalk project. They were specifically for just water sewer utility lines. So we're working on getting what are hopefully the last 3 easements for the TAP program that we'll need. Those are along 96 just west of Mertensia. Working on the legal descriptions, maps, all the requirements to meet the federal funding guidelines, and they're doing some soil testing for a pedestrian bridge crossing of Beaver Creek. Ron continues to work with Ontario County Planning. There's 9 different municipalities that are all working together to try and get some federal funding to do an intermunicipal drainage area for the Seneca watershed. Looks like the county has placed the project on hold for the time being, but they're still working on hold against the federal funding. Ag Advisory Committee is going to be meeting Thursday at 5:30 here in the town hall. Still waiting on the draft report from Ontario County Tourism. They're going to be doing a report to the Board of Supervisors on the short-term rentals, the Airbnbs. And like I said, they've identified right now they 37 short-term rentals or Airbnbs being operated in Farmington. Still waiting on response from a couple of the parties involved with the signalized intersection that'll be needed at 96 and Mercer Boulevard once the Tops Plaza and the LaFoy project get built out. And then we're working on the seeker portions and the coordinated review with all the agencies involved for the powers incentive zoning application, and should hopefully have a draft determination for our next board meeting on the 28th. Anything else we post on the website?
Thanks, Nate. Reports of other town officials. Supervisor. First in Ontario County. Last Thursday, we had a Board of Supervisors meeting. Prior to that, the supervisors met with a psychologist. Basically talking over the tragic death of our county clerk. There was also one-on-one sessions for anybody that would like that with a psychologist. We also had a short presentation from Mr. Timothy Winrow, our genie, about the upcoming smart meter upgrade program for Ontario County. This will be electrical and gas service, and it'll be residential and commercial customers, and they will start in Ontario County later this year. You will be able to, with Wi-Fi, see your electric and gas usage at any time. Here at the town last Thursday, Councilman Holtz, Water and Sewer Superintendent Dave Connie, Bill Davis from MRB, and myself, we hosted the town of Canandaigua. They had a full board here, plus a couple of people from the planning department. We discussed the Canandaigua Farmington Water District finances, water project schedule for this year and future years. There was an agreement to go ahead and go out to bid for the North Road water line placement and approve MRB's proposal to design the next water line on County Road 8 north of 332, going past Yerkes. And then we also agreed to go out to bid for the Brickyard Road tank and transmission line, 20-year financing estimated to be close to $14,500,000 for the bid. We went to press last week with the town's newsletter. It should be in the mail next week. And there's a lot of good information in there for our residents. We were notified by the New York State Planning Federation that Farmington did not receive the award for our comprehensive plan. But I'm happy to announce tonight that our planning board chairman, Ed Heminger, was selected for the John O'Cross Award for planning board chairs in New York State. Ed, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ron.
There'll be a date in their planning conference in Saratoga where you can go up and receive the award if you want.
Cool. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Congratulations again.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned earlier about the data download and Unilinks. Everything late this afternoon, that the download today looks successful as reported by the Unilinks IT people. So they started going over the data and working it, and hopefully they won't need another data download right away. We'll be off and running with the software, and then this second data download probably towards the middle to the end of April. Last thing I want to report is everyone knows we had a 20-inch water main break on Route 332. a couple months ago, and the insurance company for Johnson Excavating and Landscape has approved our claim of over $22,000 for that water break.
Technically, we needed a break, somebody broke.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnson Excavating and Landscape dug without dig safe. And cracked our 20-inch water main. Good point. That's all. Highway Parks.
I don't really have much to add from what Steve reported. Crews are out plowing as I speak. I did hear back from the GPS today that our unit should be here on Thursday. Stand by and stay tuned to see if they show up. And then we're waiting on them for the heavy duty trucks. We have them for the light duty, but seem to have an issue with the heavy duty trucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be here.
Get here Thursday, then they gotta have the installer show.
I've got his number. I'll schedule it with the installer.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Great, thanks. Town clerk?
Nothing for me.
Nothing. Water and sewer.
As you mentioned, apparently our transfer of data from BAS to MuniLink was successful. They're working on that as we speak, and we seem to have made a successful transition with Badger here. We're getting parts on a regular basis now. We're going to be receiving a third shipment later this week. So we're actively out replacing meter reading equipment, and the faster the better.
Good. Good. Building and zoning. Augie.
All right, so staff had 2 fire calls, which both ended up being in March, beginning of March, that we wanted to report on. There was another one that wasn't a fire call, but it was unsafe structure. As far as permits, we are staying steady with that. Total permits for February were 43 permits. 154 inspections were completed from those, some of those permits that were issued. We had 2 fire inspections that were completed, 23 stormwater MS4 inspections, and then 32 zoning inspections. We're still working on, we talked about this morning, operating permits with that new requirement from the state. That's getting off to a good start, and pretty good feedback from building tenants and property owners. So that's been nice. And the only other thing is there's a resolution on tonight to hire another staff member for our department.
Very good. Been vacant for almost a year. Plan for it.
Certainly, we've got a public hearing, preliminary 2-lot subdivision on Yellow Mills that we'll be doing. Then we have the Western New York Commercial Flex Space preliminary site plan approval, where we will do establishing ourselves as lead agency for seeker, and then we'll be postponing it till the April meeting as the applicant, DEC, and the town work out some issues with some wetland issues there. So once they get that taken care of, we can go forth with seeker. So that's pro. Then we'll be doing a change to the safe place storage, where they want to screen topsoil on site instead of sending it off site. So they want to screen it on site and then sell it screened. But we had that also to deal with. So that's about it.
Thank you. Ron, Director of Planning and Development.
Okay, other than what Nate reported, the Conservation Board adopt the highway signs will be going up as soon as it stops snowing out there. The basement, we've been working with the code officers, fire marshal, and construction inspectors to identify capital projects that are needed down in the basement here of this building to bring things up to code and to provide additional office space. Dan just keeps hiring all these people. We got to find places to put them. Site design and development criteria draft has been distributed. The final pages will be distributed tomorrow. As far as the the powers incentive zoning, March 28th, got responses back from state agencies. Nobody objects to the town board being a lead agency, surprise, surprise. And so we'll prepare that and have that for you at the next meeting. Other than that, I think we're good to go with the resolutions that you have on your agenda tonight.
All right, thank you. Al, Ag Advisory, anything?
It was scheduled meeting Thursday. We're gonna probably complete our discussion on Ron's incentive zoning report. It was 2-3 meetings ago. And we're gonna discuss the Powers project in particular, kind of a case study to sort of understand how that has flowed and discuss impact as it pertains to converting farm. We'll also be continuing our discussions on possible ag conservation district, and we'll be discussing the right to farm. Possible.
Very good.
That's the issue.
All right, thanks. No town engineer today, no assessor, no restoration, communications are on file. Reports and minutes are on file. Now, first resolution confirming resolution authorizing the successful completion of the probationary period. For water and sewer employee Jacob Spence. That's effective with payroll number 6, pay increase of 46 cents an hour.
So moved.
Second. Motion and second. One discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Jim.
Use the resolution authorizing acceptance of the monthly report of the supervisor for February 2023. Motion is second. All in favor? Aye. Reads a resolution approving the attendance of the town clerk, the New York State Town Clerks Association Conference in Syracuse, April 23 to 26. At a cost not to exceed $935. So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Or is a resolution waiving the intensive lodge reservation fee for the Cobblestone Arts Center on multiple dates for their day app services to adults with disabilities. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 5 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign a proclamation of the International Code Council declaring the month of May 2023 as Building Safety Month. So, second. Motion is second. We have done this annually for quite a few years. And I'll make sure I sign the proclamation, because I know the be able to send that forward. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 6 is a resolution declaring equipment for the Parks Department as surplus to be disposed of properly. So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 7 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign the right-of-way mowing contract with New York State DOT for State Route 332. So, second. Motion is second. Hard to believe we're gonna be talking about mowing tonight, you know. This is the annual contract.
Well, you can still see the grass out there in places.
Yeah, 2.
No, maybe 3.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is a resolution to move the May 23rd town board meeting to May 22nd, which is a Monday, due to the conflict of the assessor's office for the grievance proceedings.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
9 is a resolution authorizing hiring of an assistant code enforcement officer effective March 20th at a rate of $23 an hour.
Second.
Motion second. Any comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. As a resolution accepting the 2022 plan maintenance report of the 2021 edition Town of Farmington Comprehensive Plan and amending Appendix 6 of the comprehensive plan. So moved. Second. Motion second. Comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
11 is a resolution authorizing acceptance of easements for Redfern Drive. Second. Motion second. These are drainage easements. All in favor?
Aye.
Also, resolution establishing a penalty date for all unpaid 2023 first quarter accounts located within the Canandaigua Farmington Water District and the Victor Sewer District for May 1, 2023. Oh,
Second.
questions? All in favor?
Aye.
13 is a resolution authorizing the closeout of the fuel station capital project.
Second.
Motion is second, and it's will move some leftover money to the building capital fund. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 14 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to sign the proposal for professional services from MRB Group for the County Road 8 water main replacement from 332 to Yerkes Road, and it costs not to exceed 80,000. So, second. And this was one of the items that we did discuss and approve Thursday night with the town of Canandaigua. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 15 is a resolution authorizing the award of the annual water supplies to 4 vendors in the amount not to exceed $52,484.31. Second. Motion is second. This was a little less in quantity this year, which is okay, and we're glad to see we're able to share it with 4 bidders instead of sometimes it's only 2 bidders. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 16 is a resolution to bid the North Road water main replacement sections 4 and 5 or phases 4 and 5. Settling the bid date for Thursday, April 27, 10 a.m. here at the Farmington Town Hall.
Second.
Motion second. Again, this was another thing we discussed last Thursday night through the town of Canandaigua and approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 17 is the abstract to number 5 to pay bills. General fund, $119,191.64. Highway fund, $44,131.52. Sidewalk capital project, $360. Storm drainage, $1,083.23. Sewer district, $86,511.57. Water district, $27,101.19. Payroll deductions, $52.02 for a total abstract, $278,461.17. Have an approval.
Second.
Motion by Nate, second by Mike. Any abstentions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have training there listed under $100. Quick discussion. Troy and Biggs, everybody has a copy. We normally go with Troy and Banks for our electrical costs, and they've given us projections of 12 months, 24, 36, and 48 months. The 48 months is like 0.00048 cents. Between the 12th month, 48th month, and from the current cost fixed price for the 48 month, it's 0.00229 cents of an increase. So I didn't recommend to the town board to go 48 months. We have no clue with the way electrification is going in New York State, what the rates will be. Any other suggestions?
They're not gonna go down.
No. That's what I was figuring. Yep.
There's lots of things that are great.
Okay, so you approved me to sign the contract tomorrow. All right, everybody says yes for 48 months.
You want a resolution board?
You,
I'll offer to approve you to sign the 48-month contract with Troy and Banks. Your more electric contract.
Michael second. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Aye. Thank you. We do have one waiver of the rule. Any objections? Resolution authorizing the hiring of a labor in the water and sewer department effective about March 15, Must be he didn't have to give us 2 weeks notice.
No, I think it's gotta be 2 weeks into the future.
All right. Anyways, the date says March 15th, but obviously you can start whenever he's available,
Okay.
at $18 an hour.
Second.
Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Anything else to be brought to this board tonight? Other comments, other concerns? Anybody online? Questions, comments? The motion. Motion mine, second by Nate. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, everybody.